Hello, StarCraft fans. This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload, and today we have a best of 5. Whoops, that's not the right button. There we go. Best of 5 between True and PtitDrogo. Game 1 will be here on Odyssey, the Ladder Edition. In the bottom right-hand corner of the map, we have the red Protoss player. It is PtitDrogo. And in the top left-hand corner of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is True. All right, so we have Psystorm Gaming versus My Insanity here for you today. Two incredible players from great organizations. Very excited to see how they will work together on this ZVP, or work against each other is probably a better way to say that. And let's get right on into it. Before we get there, though, as there's a hatch first out of True. And throwing down his gateway on his natural base is PtitDrogo. Well, not on it, but right next to it. You do want to catch me casting live StarCraft with Gauntlet today at about, I want to say it's, what time does it start? 4 p.m.? 4 p.m. Mountain Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Time in the United States. If you actually go to my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/FalconPaladin, I'm hosting them. I'm hosting their stuff, which means you can see the Gauntlet stream on my channel. But just go directly there as well, twitch.tv/GauntletSC2. I'll be casting with Jordan. Hopefully, he's been having some internet problems. Comcast has been giving him quite the runaround lately. His upload speeds have been horrendous, and he's the one that hosts these things. So hopefully we can get it working sooner rather than later. If it doesn't end up happening, follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/FalconPaladin, and I will let you know ahead of time if that's not going to work, if you've been scheduling your entire Sunday around watching Falcon Paladin stuff, and then suddenly the live stuff isn't happening. You don't want to be disappointed right before the event, so I'll get you some early advance warning. Second assimilator on the way here from PtitDrogo, and there's that Cybercore right at the front. Again, I'm not a huge fan of putting it here, but if you want to wall off against an aggressive Zerg player, as True is, you kind of have to use that Cybercore at your wall, or else you're going to be in a lot of trouble. All right, so what's True working on? He's not actually making any lings at all. Does he have any? No. It is a lingless opening. He doesn't care if this probe does some scouting. The probe can see whatever it wants to see. The queens might be able to handle it, depending on the micro of PtitDrogo when they pop out. But in the meantime, there are no lings. Okay, two on the way. And check this action out. We actually have a Stargate on the way from PtitDrogo. So we do have an Oracle name ready to go for this Oracle, if that's in fact what it is. Could be Phoenix, though. Could be a Void Ray being probably the least likely of those three options. Could be a crazy Carrier Rush, which we haven't seen a whole lot. And it seems like Zerg players know how to handle that here in this current patch of Legacy of the Void. This is from WCS Valencia, the round of 16. In case you're wondering where it is, the replays are available on LOTV.spawningtool.com. Search True versus PtitDrogo. You'll find this best of 5 easy enough. You can download the replays, and everybody will be pleased. All right, so like I said, third hatch on the way from True here down south of his natural. There's been absolutely no harassment here in the early stages of the game whatsoever. Is this the Oracle? Not, wait. There's a Stargate. Okay, I was going to say, where's the Oracle? An Oracle did not pop up, but there it is. There, in fact, is our Oracle. So this Oracle's name is Oracle Jr., and this might sound a little bit familiar to some of you who watch all of my casts. So bear with me on this, but this is Oracle Jr. Oracle Jr. is the name, and let me tell you a tale of how I got in this death trap. One midsummer's night in all Mimsy were the Borgroves until the fateful hour. The Jabberwocky came about, snarled with such flair. A thunder billowed through me as all I could see was stare at the Gatwalked yanked as they watched me with glee. All I could flee. The Jabberwocky slanted as a mobile tour. Gatwats became gargoyles as death joined the show. Jabberwocky, Jabberwocky, Jabberwocky. The Tum-Tum Tea came before me. The only hope was that it was too bulky. My fate was unknown to all except for what death could see. It came whiffling through. Not to slow down. There was no Vorpal Blade. There was no Snicker Snack, but I still had to attack. The second was over. Only long enough did his death stay to collect my soul from the stover. As for the ending, well, I'll tell you when I get back from this battle. After all, I died to get a Jabberwocky, so I'll be fine. Holy smokes, that is the craziest Oracle or Reaper name of all time. I don't even know what that was trying to say. I assume it was a take on the Jabberwocky, a poem by Lewis Carroll, but otherwise I am lost. Third Nexus on the way for PtitDrogo. Actually coming back home is Oracle Jr. Why are you coming back home, Oracle Jr.? Oh, there's two of them. There are two of them now, which again is a little bit more difficult to deal with here. True might want to throw down a Spore Crawler at that third base. He doesn't have any spores. Dude has no spores. This could be bad. This could be real bad for him. Overlord does scout this third base location. Phoenix chasing him away. And yeah, still no static defense. These oracles are making a beeline for this third base, where there is a single queen here to defend it, and that's not enough. That is not enough against one oracle, let alone two. Look at this pulsar beam burning her down instantly. Another queen does pop out, which is nice. I didn't realize that was happening. Focus down the wounded oracle. Gets it. Gets the wounded oracle, and then more queens show up. Oh, who am I kidding? Who am I kidding? You don't actually need to have a spore crawler at all. Wow, one drone killed in exchange for an oracle. The other oracle is pretty wounded here as well and forced to retreat on home. So, all right, fine. You might lose a queen in the process. I did have to mention that. 2 queens died to the oracles, but they're replaceable. Turns out, if you're just constantly making queens, you're going to be okay. There we go. 22 lings here for True. He's got 26 zerglings with speed. 12 more on the way, plus 1 melee attack. This is True style, you guys. I don't know how he makes it work and how come nobody else can seem to emulate it, but he does this mass ling with upgrade thing against Protoss and against Terran, and it works extremely well. I don't understand it. For the life of me, I'd love to be able to do it myself, but I don't know how. Temple Archives warping in for PtitDrogo, and lings might just get through this front door. There's an adept holding it. A couple pylons at the front get canceled. Lings rolling on over to the third base possibly. Can they get a surround on these sentries? Pretty good force. There we go. Double force field. Making sure these lings can't get too much damage done. Free probe trying to transfer to the third base. Wrong place, wrong time. Does get murdered, and more lings are here. So like I said, if you're a good Protoss player, you can handle this. You can handle this pretty darn well. Overlord, or Phoenix rather, Overlord sniping already has 2 kills. Lings providing a lot of pressure, getting a surround on that Zealot. And these sentries, are they all going to go down? Oh no, PtitDrogo. Losing all those sentries. Lings rolling into the third base. At the same time, there's an Oracle trying to save the day. Oracle Jr. is up there. Photon overcharge. Double photon overcharge at the third base now. Mothership Core finally able to get that up. Meanwhile, we do have a charge lot warping here from PtitDrogo. There are Hydralisks here to deal with this, but I'm not sure if that is necessarily going to be enough. Look at how hard the Zealots hit. And with the charge, they can chase him down. I mean, Hydras with muscular augments, are actually on creep rather, are fast. Drones here to fight. Lings coming all the way home. And the Zealots do get cleaned up. So pretty good hold there. 4 drones were killed, but it is 59 to 61 harvesters. True is behind, but not by a whole lot. Not even by a little lot, I guess. So Lings holding the wall, holding the day until Hydralisks can pop out. Muscular augments here, 7.5 minutes. And it's 128 to 96 total supply. True is up like a madman. There are a couple Archons here at the third base, which are good against the Lings. Not as good against the Hydralisks, especially once they have that +1 range, and in fact they do with a range of 6. It doesn't seem like much, but man, they hit so hard. They hit so hard. Here he is, right at the front door. Can the Archons and the Immortals hang on? I'm not sure Immortals are what you want here either, but Photon Overcharge, no, Pylon down. Photon Overcharge, Mothership Core gets taken out of the sky at the same time. Both Pylons are out. Immortals here to save the day against the Hydras. No, good warping of Zealots trying to help. Phoenix lifting Phoenix. Phoenix lifting Hydralisks. Forced to retreat there. True doesn't have many reinforcements coming across the map here, surprisingly enough. He is making 12 Hydralisks, which is real good. The, wow, a couple Hydralisks do end up getting killed there. Another Phoenix picked up out of the sky. Another warping of Zealots. PtitDrogo staying alive with this Zealot warping type thing here, and it's doing fairly well. Pulling back for the reinforcing Hydras to join the party. Here for PtitDrogo. He's got 13 of them. Actually, 14. 12? I think it's 12. Counting is hard. Hydralisks say free gateway here at the front of your natural. If you're not going to attack me, I'll just kill your buildings. That's fine with me. Fewer Zealots warping in to kill me is an excellent thing. With the flank attack, though, is PtitDrogo coming from that right side and not able to shoot away the Hydralisks. Warp Prism gets picked out of the sky. Got ourselves an Immortal trying to rock at these units. Can't quite do it either. How are the Immortals doing? They're okay. 12 kills and 9 kills. Well, one just died. But the Winter of the Rains has those 9 kills. Zealots keep coming in. Nope, there's Lings with +1 attack. The Hydralisks have +1 missile as well. And that's a good game. Oh, that is a good game out of PtitDrogo. PtitDrogo is defeated. And True takes game number 1 there pretty handily. Here on Odyssey, the Ladder Edition, 4th base was done for a while here. It was 59 to 62 harvesters. I mean, PtitDrogo had the worker lead, but at the end of the game, he had one Immortal, and warping an additional charge lots was not going to work there. Too many Lings and too many Hydralisks for that to be a thing. So I guess the game's still going on. We're still counting up, and we're still seeing dead probes, which is actually kind of hilarious. All right, so that's it for game number 1. We'll give that one to True. We'll be back with game number 2 of this best of 5 in just a second. Welcome back, StarCraft fans, to this best of 5 between True and PtitDrogo. Game number 2 will be here on Proxima Station, the Ladder Edition, and let's introduce these players. In the top side of the map, we have the red Protoss player. It is PtitDrogo. And in the bottom section of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is True. All right, so a PVZ. Again, game number 2. You saw game number 1. So you know what's up here. True loves his Zerglings, and he loves his Hydralisks. You know how many Banelings he made in game number 1? 0. 0 Banelings. He handled a charge-lotting Protoss player with Ling and Hydra. That was it. Ling, Hydra, I guess some Queens mixed in there as well. No Banelings, no splash damage, no Roaches, no Ravagers. What an incredible playstyle here from True. And his macro is insane. He had a 4th base up around 7 minutes and just held on to it. I mean, that's the thing. If you can expand that early if you can protect it, is how this works. So True's going to try to do that again. I have to assume PtitDrogo, maybe the charge lot thing's not going to work out so well against this guy. A lot of Queens, a lot of Lings. You did make him pull the drones on that attack with that first wave of charge lots, but you didn't kill enough stuff, and in the end, you were forced to retreat with that War Prism. So I'd like to see maybe something a little different this time. Also, maybe no Immortals. Maybe don't make Immortals against a Hydra Ling Zerg player, because you know what Immortals are good against that composition? Nothing. None of those things. So what am I trying to think of? What do we want to do? Adepts? Adepts are actually really good against Hydralisks in straight up fights. The Zealots can handle the Lings as long as the Hydras aren't trying to kill them. So maybe Adept instead of 3 or 4 or 5 Immortals. Maybe that would be enough to make a difference. I don't know. I mean, PtitDrogo is way better than I am, but I think he does need to switch it up here for game number 2. For show. Expansion on the way here from PtitDrogo at the safe location. True's expansion's on the low ground to start his creep spread a little bit sooner than if he expanded back here at his so-called safe location. Spawning pool is done for True, beginning that Queen production. It's more important to get Queen production than to get speed and then to get early Lings. He lives off this early Queen stuff. This early Queen defense, and why not? They're good anti-air, they're pretty good anti-ground, they're good at tanking stuff, they're good at buying time, so you can actually make some Lings. If you can have 6 to 8 Queens out on your 3 bases, you're going to be alright against most of the stuff Protoss can throw against you early. Okay, so we do have an early Twilight Council here from PtitDrogo, which does seem to indicate he's going for that charge again. And it might just be a bit of a mind game here. True says, I pretty much stomped that. I stomped that Zealot charge attack in game number 1. He won't try it again, and then maybe PtitDrogo tries it again, and it works. Although this Slover Lord is scouting everything that PtitDrogo has. Is he going to see the Twilight Council? Look at this scouting. Look at this. He sees the expansion, and then like 2 seconds later, bam, sees the Twilight Council. That is just right here. Right here? Going up this direction is a good scouting path. Do that. Do that if you're Zerg. Stalker going to take it down, likely, unless he can get to this high ground safely. Robotics facility on the way from PtitDrogo. And this 3rd base is on the way from True. Gets scouted by the single Adept. We saw this Adept in game number 1. Not much happened with her, though. And this one does get a drone kill, which is nice. And forced to retreat. Sonic transferred out of there before that second shot can kill that drone, which is happy for the drone, but sad for the Adept. Whoa, Dark Shrine. Dark Shrine here from PtitDrogo, which means it's not scouted. Yeah, that Overlord did get picked off by the Stalker. Stalker very happy with the kill. And it means no further scouting. There's an Overlord here to see what comes out of the base, but you can't see what buildings are inside the base. Yeah, the Stalker is here to make sure that Overlord can't come in and scout this. If you're going Dark Templar or an Archon Rush, really, secrecy is super important here. So we'll see if it works. All right, so 3 bases for True. He is up 37 to 36 total Harvesters, which is not a whole lot, but on this 3 base, he's going to start kicking. Queen's going to inject on this 3rd base as soon as she can. 3, 4, 5, go. True. True. That makes me so happy as a Zerg player to see that inject. That timing is just beautiful. Warp Prism popping for PtitDrogo. And yeah, okay, so it's going to be Archons. It could be either one, actually. You can warp in DTs, use them as DTs, or you can warp them in and change them into Archons, which are also pretty darn strong, considering... there's an Overseer. Okay, True is making an Overseer now, because he doesn't know what's coming from the Protoss player. He can't see anything except for the Twilight Council, so it definitely could be a Dark Shrine. So yeah, definitely do want to make sure you have detection of some kind here. So DTs, are they going to change into Archons? No. Are there enough Lings to handle this is the question. Yeah, I think there are. There are a lot of Queens, or Lings here, and they're getting hammered up here. Queen's trying to stab at them from distance. DTs, actually, none of them have died. Good pickup and a retreat from PtitDrogo. A couple drones died, a bunch of Zerglings died there. 9 Zerglings died. But again, without this Overseer, I think True's just straight up dead. So when in doubt, make an Overseer, make a Spore Crawler. He seems to be professionally opposed to making spores, though, because even though he didn't know what was coming, he didn't make any spores, just trying to rely on Queens and Overseers, which is not bad. Ah, the Archon Morph. The Archon Morph is here, trying to pick off that Overseer. These Lings, lot of Queens. Again, the defense is pretty fantastic, but PtitDrogo with a fancy Warp Prism Micro, cleaning up a lot of these Zerglings. 24 Zerglings have died for nothing. PtitDrogo has lost not a single unit in this game. His resources loss is 0 to 1,100. For True here. These Archons, look at this Micro too. Oh, that patch where they increased the range at which Warp Prisms can pick up units was huge for Protoss. Absolutely disgusting. So nicely done. I mean, what, he killed 3 drones. 3 drones. He's up 47 to 45 against True, but that was a much better first attack than we saw in game number 1. So already, he's doing much better. Why are you making Immortals? Somebody in the comments explain to me why he's making Immortals against a Ling Hydra Queen composition. None of that stuff is armored. Queens are psionic. Hydralisks are light. Lings are light. Yes, Immortals are hard to kill just because they have a full 300 hit points on them, plus those shields, plus this barrier that absorbs 100 damage. But they just don't hit hard enough. 20 damage per shot. Weapon speed 1.04. Like, it's good, but it's not great. Not great. So Zealot, Archon, 1 single Immortal. Is he making more? He's definitely making more. Getting a Forge. Getting a lot of stuff here. So PtitDrogo's third base has been established, and it looks like he's just going to go for this Archon Immortals Zealot thing against pretty much the same thing we saw in game number 1, True's Hydras and True's Lings. Is he replacing that Overseer? He is. It died, and he had to make another one. The Archons killed it. Took him a while to replace. All right, another sneaky Warpin on the right side here of Zealot's going to try to drop these inside the main base, but guess who's here? A bunch of Hydras waiting for a drop of some kind to come in, because he knows PtitDrogo is trying. They're patrolling around. They don't know exactly where it's going to be, but being prepared inside this main base is nice. DT in the middle of the map with 0 kills somehow. What? Just did the Adept kill? Adept must have killed that Ling. That Ling corpse there. Zerglings with... Are there any upgrades coming at all? No, no upgrades at all. Except for speed and muscular augments. So no +1 attacks here this time around. 4th base by True coming up along this left side. Hallucinated Phoenix there. This Warp Prism hasn't done anything, because I guess there is an Overlord scouting its flight path from this location in the bottom of the map into the main base of True, so he'll see it coming is the problem. And Ling's knocking down debris is so sad, unless they have an upgrade. 13 Mutas! Whoa! 13 Mutas in production for True. I saw him getting Aspire. I didn't think he'd go straight for 13 Mutalisks. Alright, Archons. Archon's going to be the day. Cannons, going to be the day as well. Did he scout that Spire? Glorious combat is upon us. Yes, there's a lot of Hydralisks trying to murder you there. I don't even know where the Spire is. Where the heck is the Spire? He doesn't see it. He doesn't see it, but he's getting cannons anyway because he knows it's very much a possibility if an attack hasn't come yet. DT here at this 4th base going to town, and Zealots in the main base doing okay except for the million Mutalisks tearing them out. And the Lings trying to make that run by into the 3rd base get cleaned up. So again, right now we're looking at 2,800 resources lost for True compared to 700 for PtitDrogo. 4th base is in shambles. Did get rid of the attackers here with a combination of Overseer and Hydralisk here at this 4th. So that's good news. But 11 drones have been killed so far. 70 to 61. Being up 10 workers on your opponent when you're pretty much evenly matched is pretty nice. Is this more? A DT here at the 3rd base. What? DT trying to kill this Queen. Overseer does all. Saves her. Saves her. Killing creep tumors here at this gold base that might want to be expanded to. The Mutas can engage here. Can't. There are 6 Archons. Cannot do it. With the Hydra support, maybe, but the Hydras are getting split from the rest of the group and getting chased by these Zealots. Mutalisks picking off a spare Zealot. Good control there by True. And the Hydras, are they still trying to come back around? I guess. PtitDrogo's attacking is the thing. Ah, Mutalisks here at the 3rd base of PtitDrogo. Is Photon Overcharge available? I don't know that it is. I'm not sure that it actually matters either. Single cannon, not enough to save against this many Mutalisks. Meanwhile, attacking into the natural base. Into the 4th base is True. This is going to turn into a base race. Ladies and gentlemen here, a couple Archons defending against these here Mutalisks. The splash damage hurting them immensely, but wrecking this 3rd. of PtitDrogo. More Archons in, but a Hydra Muta composition real good against this. Archon never even gets up. Photon Overcharge might take down an Overseer. Good job moving it out of the way. Mutalisks here at the main base. There are 3 cannons. Another cannon does pop, doing some work. Again, not great against the Mutas, but enough to kind of save the day. Meanwhile, the army for PtitDrogo is marching into the main base, just wrecking, nothing stopping them at all. Nothing whatsoever. Ling's cleaning up what's left of that third base of PtitDrogo, the main base. All the cannons are gone. The Archons are still here, but again, they're so bad against the Hydralisks. Oh, did he wall them off? He threw down Changelings so the Archons couldn't retreat. Oh, the force fields. The Changeling force fields. You don't see those all the time, but when you do, it's very fun indeed here. All right, so main base of True is absolutely, it's just gone, is what it is. I think all of his hatcheries are going to die. He has enough. He's got 2,000 minerals in the bank, and he's running with these drones, but they're getting chased by charge lots, and I don't think they're going to make it out. That might be it for all of the drones. If he was smart, he'd split a little bit here, but he's down to 1 drone. Where is that thing? Where is the 1 drone that True has? Did he lose it? No. There it is. There it is. I think it just popped. Oh, Immortals immediately murder it. Okay, that's it. True's out of drones. And he's out. That's it. He has no more hatcheries either. I think this is just going to be buildings. The buildings are going to die, is what this is going to be. The Mutalisks are pretty good at killing buildings, but there are just more left here, I think. Oh, and a Nexus coming up along this right side for PtitDrogo as well. I didn't think he had enough to rebuild. He's got 1 probe, and this is him right here. Hello, probe. Hello, little probe. Where are you going, Immortal? Immortal, kill the Spire. You know it's the only building left. It is the only building left. Why are you checking places? He's being revealed. I know it's hard to keep track of the messages. Where are you going, Immortal? Come back and kill this. Come back, please. Please come back and kill the Spire. Archons here to defend these 4 unpowered warp gates. The Archons can't quite get in an angle to kill the Mutas, though. They decide to give up. You can have them. You can have them. This Immortal thinks there's a base. He does. He thinks there's a base for True somewhere. That is absolutely not true. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen. He knows, right? Is this... Are you making a beeline for the thing? You're... Oh, maybe... No, he can see it. He can see it. This is PtitDrogo's vision. This is the final building. What is happening right now? Are they finally going to the Spire? Alright, this is a little bit longer than it should have been, this game. Because there's no way the Mutas are killing this Nexus when there are, how many? 6 Archons with +1 attack, sentries for Guardian Shield. It's just not enough. It's not enough, and True knows it. I mean, True, if he had maybe some more Hydras, but those are all dead. That's it. That's the good game, as the Spire is out. And PtitDrogo ties it up. Ties it up 1-1. Going into game number 3, which should be a doozy, and we'll be right back in just a second. Welcome back, StarCraft fans, to this best of 5 between PtitDrogo and True, here on Sequencer, the Ladder Edition. Alright, so game number 3 is on a very interesting map that I have cast before. And let's introduce these players. In the top right side of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is True. And in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, we have the red Protoss player. It is PtitDrogo. Excellent, excellent news here. We're tied at 1-1 here. Very intense. Game number 2 coming down to the Mutas. Not able to win the base race against an Archon Immortal Zealot Sentry composition out of PtitDrogo. And again, I feel like True could have maybe snuck off a couple drones here and there to try to get hatcheries up and buy some time, but he really didn't have anything to deal with those 6 Archons, plus Sentries, plus Guardian Shield that was available for PtitDrogo at the time. And that was it. So again, Mutas are not invincible, ladies and gentlemen. You can get stuff to take them down and make them fairly useless in certain situations. Alright, so PtitDrogo has his first gas up. He's got his gateway coming up here at the front as well. It is an interesting thing to wall off. I mean, you have this debris that can get knocked down. You have this debris that can be knocked down to open up your front door, basically. Although that's 2,000 hit points, and a gateway is only 500, well, 1,000, including the shields. So actually, I'm not sure why this is here. Honestly, I mean, if you're going to knock down this wall the Protoss is throwing up, then just knock down the gateway. Or the Cybernetics core, which has a similar number of HP to the Gateway. I don't know. I don't know. I've seen it done before, though, actually. I've seen it where, well, maybe range. Maybe it's a range thing. You can get your Ravagers up here and Corrosive Bile down this thing a lot easier than you can get them over here. I think is a little bit further away from stuff. I don't know. I'm just throwing ideas out there. Throwing them out. See if they stick. Spawning pool done for True. And once again, he doesn't go right for speed. He decides to go for Queens. He doesn't make any Lings, especially on this giant map, where it would be a long rush distance out of PtitDrogo to do anything. And really, are there rush builds from Protoss right now? I mean, I've done a lot of short games compilations from the pros, and the only stuff we see are cannons, and we see some proxies. But as far as like, here I am building stuff in my base, I'm going to come across the map on one base or two bases and kill you real fast. It's just not there. It's just not there, and especially not here from PtitDrogo in games 1 and 2. The most True can expect is basically a single Adept coming across the map here in about 3 minutes, which, okay, I guess. Stargate's on the way from PtitDrogo, though. We do have another Oracle name. This one is not going to be as insane, and a little more relevant to 2017 as well. Speed is now on the way from True. He's not a crazy person. He doesn't skip it entirely. He just doesn't time his gas, so he has it as soon as that spawning pool finishes. It's not a big deal to him. Third hatch on the way from True, directly south of his main. It's a little bit far away from the natural, but really no really safe third bases on this map, and I think that's totally fine. Third bases should not be safe. Adept trying to sneak on in. Going to see what she saw last time, which is going to be Lings and Queens. Lings and Queens. And actually going to try to scout for this. There we go. There's the scout of the third base. Sees it. Adept says, all right, I know it's going to meet me here. Kill the creep tumor. Kill the creep tumor. Kill one more shot. Maybe two more shots. Ah, not enough. Not enough to kill the creep tumor. Adept transfers her way out and decides to leave. That's it. That is all it was. It is an Oracle here from PtitDrogo. This Oracle's name is Arya Stark. Don't make her mad, or she will find you with Revelation, and she will kill you with Pulsar Beams. Oh, Arya Stark. Today, another episode today of Game of Thrones. There's only one more after this? Is that true? Oh, I'm so sad about these short seasons. I mean, Game of Thrones seasons are already super short, but these ones are 6, 7, maybe 8 episodes each. Ugh. It's not enough. It's not enough. It's what it is. But no spoilers. No spoilers for people, because I know some people don't watch it when it airs, which I don't understand, but okay. All right, Drop Lord action here from True. Dropping Lings here into the main base and this natural base area. Some Lings running into the main, and the Oracle's forced to fight. Forced to take down Lings instead of drones, which is honestly a win. Maybe we'll get this pylon. Are you going to kill anything with these Lings? The answer to that question is no. That is 8 dead Zerglings for nothing. PtitDrogo holds it so expertly. Oracle, is that another Oracle? Oh, it's a second Oracle. Oh, that's Arya. What up, Arya? You dead. And didn't kill anything there either, right? Nope. Oracle dies for nothing. The Queen's able to defend and hold off Arya Stark pretty easily. As it turns out, sorry, Arya, your powers against Zerg seem a little bit weaker than they are against human beings. Third Nexus on the way from PtitDrogo, about halfway complete there, and spread and creep between his 3 bases. Well, mostly. It's not really connected between his main and his natural, but it should be between his natural and his third very, very shortly. Meanwhile, robotics facility on the way from PtitDrogo. True is working on just gas, basically. Working on gas on a lot of drones, too. He's up 56 to 51 harvesters, droning super duper hard. PtitDrogo, you need a plan. You need a plan right now. I guess other Oracle or Arya's friend could sneak on up. And those 5 kills are... Oh, maybe he did get a drone. Maybe she did get a drone. All right, Arya. Good job. Good job, Bob. Lings, as True is wanted to do, running across the map. Any more Drop Lord action available? No, I think the Drop Lord was killed. Yes, indeed it was. PtitDrogo took it down. Ah, that's why this pylon is here, to scout when this debris gets knocked down. That's what that is. Can see it? Yep, can see it. No problem. No problemo. Stalker are going to try to pick these off one by one, and they all retreat from that situation. Maybe attacking the front, maybe attacking the third. Couple sentries and a couple of Adepts and a Mothership Core here at this third base. They get a pylon. That was warping in, so that's a pretty good one here from True. It's not insane, but it's good. Transferring probes. Oh, didn't get it. Oh, I think True thought he had it. He pulled back a little bit too early. Here's what he did. Real Phoenix out, scouting things out. Photon overcharges up, and sentries throw down those force fields. Lings forced to retreat again. PtitDrogo is defending like a boss right now. super well. Bad rally on these Lings, I think. Just rallied into the third as though they were going to own the place, but nope. That did not happen. Are we still not lost? I guess Unadept has died. Ling's trying to get that surround again. Photon overcharge, just enough. Just baiting those out. Buying himself some time, though, is PtitDrogo. Oracle's got 10 kills. I think most of those are Lings. Yeah, one drone has died so far in this game. 30 Lings have been killed. He keeps going around and around in a circle like this, trying to pick off these Zealots. Oh, Zealots, no! Free Zealots, says True. And in the meantime, he's got a 4th base that's done. He's working on 11 Hydralisks. He's picking off sentries here at the 3rd base. He's just doing all the things you need to do at 500 APM compared to 400 for PtitDrogo. Free sentry. He wants the sentry. He got the sentry. Mothership Core doesn't have enough for an overcharge. Not yet. 47, 48, and 49. And now she does. Right there. So the Ling's making the most of that time. Meanwhile, a Zealot attack here at the 3rd getting absolutely cleaned up by about 1 million Hydralisks. We'll call them 15, though. 15 Hydralisks with muscular augments. Lings continue to dance around and just keep PtitDrogo at home. Keep a lot of his stuff at home here. The Lings have +1 attack. Even they do. They've got the +1 attack. 32 more Lings are on the way. And with his Hydra support, too, it's suddenly 158 to 112 total supply. Look at this train of Zerglings and Hydralisks coming down to set up just outside the 3rd base of PtitDrogo. I don't think... Oh, but Phoenix toast. Phoenix flies over the Hydralisk, scouts it. There are some High Templar here, but they don't have Storm yet. Oh, and Storm's a good idea, but oh, Mothership Core picked out too many Hydras here. Zealots hacking away at the Lings while the Hydras do the true damage. Yet another Immortal has joined the party for PtitDrogo. Pylon's dead. Archon's dead. That is it. PtitDrogo with the good game. PtitDrogo is defeated, and True is victorious here in game number 3. Nope, that's not the right thing that I wanted to do at all. This was the thing I wanted to do. That was the thing I wanted to do. Boom. 1-2. All right, so again, just another Ling Hydra attack here at about 7.5, 8 minutes. Good job just picking little things off here and there from True. The Ling aggression while macroing back home. If you could do that, you're going to be okay at your level of StarCraft, dear viewer. And if Storm had been done, he had how many High Templar? He had 2 of them. I mean, couple Storms with the Photon Overcharge, with the Zealots, with the Immortals, maybe. Maybe so, but not looking good for our French Protoss player. Ladies and gentlemen, he's got 1 game to force a game 5. Otherwise, he's going home. He's got to win game number 4 to do this, and that's what we're going to see next in just a second. Welcome back to game number 4 of this best of 5 between PtitDrogo and True, cast by Falcon Paladin. And yes, once again, PtitDrogo needs to win this game to force a game number 5. If not, he is going home. In the top left corner of the map, we have the red Protoss player. It is PtitDrogo. And in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is True. Okay, now, I know I'm not as good as PtitDrogo, but holy smokes, this guy has made Immortals in 2 games here where it's just, they've been useless to him. They're very expensive. They're very good at killing armored stuff. They're good at killing buildings and roaches and ultralisks. But they're pretty bad against Lings and Hydras, which is what True's been doing more often than not in this series. So if he just kind of skipped the Immortals, right? You skip the Immortals, you do some scouting, make sure it's not going to be a giant roach all-in. And then maybe you can get your High Templar out a little bit earlier. Your Archons out a little bit earlier. Maybe a lot more Adepts. Again, he's just not making that many Adepts, which I don't understand. Adepts are really good against Hydralisks. If you can... I don't know if you deal with the Lings. It's rough. It is a tall order. I'm going to give PtitDrogo that. It is not an easy thing to do, but I just think keep doing the same thing over and over and having it fail is just a rough place to be. Rough place to be if you're a Protoss player. All right, so expansion on the way from PtitDrogo. He's going to throw down his Cybernetics core. Next at this location, he's doing a dancing probe thing. Dancing probe. There it is. Cyber core walling off this front side. The side. The bottom side of this weirdly shaped choke is not walled off at all at this point. I like the probe scout from PtitDrogo. I really do. Once again, spawning pool on the way. The timing for the gas is not going to work to where he has enough for his metabolic boost once the spawning pool is done, and it's fine. It's totally fine. Like, I'm watching this, I'm like, why am I always stressing about getting 100 gas as soon as the pool pops? Apparently you don't need it. Apparently, you do not need it against Protoss players unless they're super duper ridiculously aggressive, but in this series, PtitDrogo has not really been. Not really been. So he's got his double gas up, running. That second base is going to finish, and that is the lifeblood of the Protoss army. Adept, I'm going to do some scouting in formation. Is True going for a third base is the question of the day. It's about that time for him. About 3 minutes. Maybe we're a little bit early, but regardless, got some lings out. Going to chase these probe down. Once the lings are out, it's time to go home. Is what it is. He only made 2 though, right? Yeah, only made the 2, and it is going to be another Stargate opening. Despite the fact, I mean, the Oracles were good at kind of saving PtitDrogo's bacon in the early stages on game number 3. Just defense against Zerglings, but they really want to kill drones, is what they want to do. But True has just made so many queens, and his ability to predict where the Oracles are coming in has been so nice. Yeah, there's that 3-minute hatch scouted by PtitDrogo that the Oracles just aren't as good. They're not as good. Maybe like a sky toss thing, but with how many Hydralisks as True's been making. I don't know if that's a good idea either. Adept, almost gets a drone kill, but gets changed into a spore crawler instead. You do lose money there. You lose some cash and lose some mining time, but it's better than losing a drone. Here we go. Oh, why was my list weird? I just looked over at my second monitor, and my list of Oracle names is like halfway off the page. That's okay. I have a backup on my phone. This Oracle's name is Stasis Warden. This specialist gained her moniker after showing prowess with a spell in the field. She is so proficient with this ability that her Heroic Vessels version can also halt the progress of structures and halt units for twice as long. Entaro Vorazun. Excellent. That'd be amazing. A hero Oracle unit you can make that slows things down for twice as long inside that stasis ward and can stop buildings from being produced and making stuff. That's pretty awesome. I mean, you can already do that against Zerg to some extent. They do stop eggs from hatching. They stop them from growing. What is it? From like incubating, I guess is what it is. So that's pretty amazing. Kind of sneak on in here. 2 queens, though. Not bad. 2 queens. Drone kill, drone kill, drone kill. 3 drone kills. Not shabby. More than we've seen thus far in the series. Queens, again, making it harder, but not making it impossible. Third Nexus coming up for PtitDrogo in the left side location, as is tradition. A Resonating Glaives on the way from PtitDrogo as well. And True's third base. Gonna pop a queen. All right, what are we seeing here? Is that actually Pneumatized Carapace? That is speed. That is speed for Overlords on the way. All right. Sounds exciting. Let's do this thing. Speed for Overlords on the way. Couple Adepts coming in this natural base, killing a couple drones, but otherwise just mostly getting murdered. Oracle, if the Oracle had been part of that. Stasis Ward. Oh, no. Our hero Oracle tries to throw down the Stasis Ward. Doesn't happen. What is this? 3 Drop Lords. Okay, so 3 Drop Lords with speed, with queens. Is he going to go? This is a Ling Queen drop. Oh my gosh, he's doing it. He's doing it. He's bringing his queens to the front. You can fit 4 queens in an Overlord, turns out. 4 queens. He's bringing 7 queens up to the front. Ling's trying to sneak up along this left side, but there are Adepts ready to rock, so maybe you can't move out quite yet. Well, he's doing it anyway. He'll have enough Lings to handle this, no problem. All right, Adepts, here we go. Getting that surround action again. Speedlings with surround. Not bad. Not bad at all. Even with Resonating Glaives, these Adepts just getting whittled down to nothing. Any of them make it? 1 made it. And then gets picked off immediately. And meanwhile, we'll just run up and catch up with these Overlords here at your third base. There's Photon Overcharge available, but is it? Are just going to unload right here? It's going to unload right here and try to kill that Mothership Core real fast. While transfusing, Mothership Core is gone. Lings joining the party. Queens are all over the third base. The probes are forced to retreat, forced to run for their lives. There are some Adepts here in the natural base of True, though, trying to kill this queen. But the third base of PtitDrogo is gone. Completely gone. You can elevate her inside the main, too. Oh, this is a really interesting build out of True here. Are all the... Yeah, all the Adepts are cleaned up. Lings here at the front trying to do stuff. Oh, just dropping the queens over the wall. No big deal, guys. We're just dropping the queens over the wall. Trying to pick off what they can. Transfuses keeping them alive. Lings can't quite join the party. There are more Lings back here. True has more Lings back here he's not even really using. Photon Overcharge is up. Mothership Core has joined it as well. Does get picked off by the queen. Several queens have been killed, but when you have probes trying to fight for their lives, it is not a good place to be. Real bad. Real bad place, and that's it. PtitDrogo leaves the game without a GG. Leaves the game without a GG, and True is your victor, winning the series. This is so hard to do when I'm talking. PtitDrogo has 1. Dang it, 1, and True has 3. 3 games to 1. Wow. What aggression out of True. Just a ridiculously sick game. I mean, he lost stuff. He lost 47 lings and 6 queens, but ended up killing a Nexus, 5 pylons, 16 adepts, 6 zealots, 13 probes. Did lose 15 drones back home, but it doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. So in the end, 5,200 resources lost for PtitDrogo compared to 2,900 for True. That kind of efficiency will win you games more often than not. So that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.